Hello, you're listening to No Limits, a PlayStation podcast. This is my second attempt at recording after I hit the background button instead of the intro button. And in other news, Silent Hill has just been raided in South Korea. All that and more. Hit it off, Jim. Woo! Hello, everyone. My fellow Oomfies, as I'm saying today. My name is Taylor, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, my co-Oomfies, Brianna and Sam. And you're listening to No Limits, a PlayStation podcast where I only botch the intro 30% of the time. Remember,
Hello, I'm Sam.
Oh, hey Sam, you got a nice little stash.
Did I do good?
You did really good. That actually shocked me.
Yeah, good job, Sam.
I wasn't ready for that.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
No problem, Sam. Remember, you can find this podcast over on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia every Tuesday. While you're over there, make sure to subscribe to the channel. But if you'd rather listen on audio, we're on all your favorite podcast services and would love it if you could leave us a review. It helps us grow, and we'd love any feedback. If you would like to interact with us more, including sending in questions, join the Discord, the link down below. And guys, the Discord has been popping off recently. There have been a non-zero number of people who have been joining. It's crazy. And if you want to support and get early access to all Save the Game Media content, head over to patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia and choose the tier that's right for you. Just like our current patrons did, Bucky Blue, Hopple, Alpaca Tom, SAZ, Fabulous Brianna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Brianna's wife, Brianna's broomstick, Aman, Anna Hudak, and Nikolai at Night.
Luna the cat.
Oh, I mean,
Is
she's
it, huh?
here.
Yeah, Luna the cat. Brianna's Luna. So yeah, please go over to Patreon and check it out, where you can get access to all our exclusive shows like Save the Game Boy, our Nintendo show, which I think we're recording next Sunday, a week from now, October 2nd, 2022. A week from October 2nd being October 9th, because that's how math works. With myself, Ethan, Kevin, and maybe Bree or more. Anyone who wants to show up.
I
Yeah.
haven't been informed.
Come
about
on
this.
down.
And a week after that, we'll probably be getting a new episode of The Leftovers from me, which is a gaming, cooking, fitness podcast where I talk about elbow issues and consistency of things. And lastly, we are doing God of War Ragnarok giveaway. Now, at the time of this recording, again, it's October 2nd. This giveaway ends October 3rd. So for public feed listeners, by the time you're listening to this, the giveaway will already be over, unfortunately. But for patrons who are listening to this to early access, there is still time, probably like less than 24 hours by the time you're listening to this, enter the giveaway. So to enter, tweet us or show us in the Discord that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, or review No Limits with a 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify. You get patrons, because they're the only ones left who can participate in this at this time. Get 2 entries for each of those things for a maximum of 4 entries in the giveaway, whereas non-patrons who have previously entered get 1 entry for each of those actions, so they have a maximum of 2 entries in the giveaway. So please finish that up, and we'll be picking a winner very soon. So with that said, how we doing, Sam?
Good. Oh, I'm doing well.
I'm gonna call you Sam for the rest of the episode, by the
We
way.
have to talk about how you're busy.
I'm not going to be able to keep it up, guys.
Okay.
So I'm doing good. It's been a very lazy weekend. It's been nice. I front-loaded all of my schoolwork that I had to do at the beginning of the week. So
Remember you talking about that on IHMF, where you're like, I had the most productive Monday of all time.
Yeah, it's I came up with this new fancy thing called lists. Brianna tried to steal my idea later on, but we all know that.
No,
I'm the
because then
originator
Luna
of it.
just puked on my notebook and ruined all of this.
So
You tried like pressing rewind.
I would if I could. Trust me. I tried cleaning the notebook too. It's completely covered. The book.
yeah, you just gotta throw it away at that point. I'm sorry.
You can.
That's a lot of work in the trash, but
F.
well. But yeah, I'm doing good. Been playing Halo all weekend. I downloaded the Master Chief Collection. Playing through Halo 4 for the first time ever. I have a lot of thoughts on it.
Wait, are you allowed to talk about that on this podcast? Or?
You being you've only now just played Halo 4?
I didn't play Halo 4 or 5.
Oh my god!
But I'm working on that blind spot. But here's the thing. Everyone has so much hate for Halo 4 and 5, and I don't
Sean-
necessarily get it all. So
Sean
we're going to
Capri
talk
likes
about
Halo
that.
4 a lot and Halo
Does
5.
he? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think me and Sean Capri are definitely on the same wavelength there, but I'm going to talk a lot more on Project X Talk. We're recording Tuesday, so it's not going to be a live show, but it'll be up Thursday like normal because we got a special guest coming on Tuesday. So that'll be really
Yes.
fun.
Is it Willy Wonka?
I don't know who it is
That is a
actually.
really good question.
I don't pay attention. Kevin's the one that does all the back end work,
Matt
and I just
Booty.
show up and talk. I hope that'd be cool
With his
Matt
big booty.
But yeah, no, I've been playing a ton of Halo. I finished up I finished up God of War, which was
Again.
an absolute blast again. And now I'm playing through Horizon Zero Dawn because I have the code for Forbidden West that came with the PS5, and I'm like, I can't play this until I finish Zero Dawn. So I've been playing through. I talked a little bit about that on X Talk with Kevin. Kevin apparently hates Horizon. He just
Yeah,
can't
he
stand
also
it.
like hates.
This is why we haven't invited
He also
him.
hates like small animals and
Yeah.
like puppies, things of that nature. So
Yeah, you can't trust him with game choices because he hates Red Dead Redemption too. So and Animal Crossing. But yeah, I'm loving Horizon Zero Dawn. Going through the combat's great. I think it's very fluid. The only weird thing is the facial animations, which I've seen online is very polarizing. They just look very stiff and weird. But overall, great weekend for me.
Sounds like a great
Awesome.
time, honestly.
Yeah.
well, so yeah, I still need to play Horizon as the host for PlayStation.
What?
Yeah, I'm open world games. I need to pace myself. Like Ghost, I need to pace myself. Breath of the Wild, I need to pace myself. Like I can't just shred through them like you can, Ethan. Oh, and a question I wanted to ask you in the Discord, which I guess you haven't seen, is I'm thinking about getting into AC Valhalla just to like do mind numbing stuff and just like press button to do like aggressive combat and win.
Yeah.
How well does AC Valhalla accommodate turning your brain off on, let's say, a medium difficulty?
Great. I mean, if you get into that zone of just doing all the side stuff, like all the main quest line, yeah, there's a narrative to it and there's a story, and you might want to follow it. I think it's interesting.
But yeah, like I'll follow the story, but like when it comes to the combat.
Right. When it comes to the combat, I mean, it's just mashing hack and slash, especially once you get higher up. I dual wield Mjolnir and Excalibur, and I have like the hidden, or like I have this crazy hidden one's armor.
Thor's hammer?
Yes, you can achieve. You can get Thor's hammer in this game.
What?
You have to go to a special location in Norway to find it. It's a secret. I think you can look up a guide for it. It's also attached to an achievement or a trophy.
Is it main game, not DLC?
Main game, Mjolnir's hammer, I believe.
The complete edition, which includes all the past DLC, including Ragnarok, is like $40.
Oh yeah, if it's definitely
PC.
going to be there. I want to say it's there from the beginning. Don't quote me on that. But
That's
it's in a secret
amazing.
location. There's nothing in the game that'll tell you where it is. So you got to look up a guide to figure out where it is.
Does it return to you? Can you call it back? Like
no, I don't
Leviathan
think
X and God of War?
I don't think it's that crazy because I don't think AC Valhalla even has a mechanic of throwing a weapon.
What if we can wield Thor's hammer in the new game, God of War Ragnarok? Man, oh my
that would be cool.
Oh my god!
You think that's going to be the new weapon they introduce?
I mean, they have a collector's edition based around Thor's hammer.
Because you're starting off with the Blades of Chaos and the axe, the Leviathan axe.
Yes.
Right. So, and keeping with tradition of the last game where you're getting a new weapon halfway through, you never know. Maybe you get Mjolnir.
Oh my god, maybe. All right. Anyway, sorry for that diversion. Bree, how about you? What have you been playing?
A tiny bit of Returnal.
Oh, just a tiny bit. You didn't complete it. You didn't beat it. Why?
No, because I kind of am stuck.
Okay.
We gotta get in on multiplayer.
Yeah, I don't have friends. I'm just kidding.
It's on PS Plus. Any of us can download it.
Yeah, no, I just need help with the third boss. It's difficult, but anyways, I'm a little bit stuck in Returnal, but I'm like still kind of trying. And then I've been playing Boyfriend Dungeon.
I played that game. Eric is a creeper.
Great. Eric is the worst. Like, not even messing with you, like the worst. I would probably be way meaner than the chosen dialogue options. It was like, no, I don't want to talk to you. I would probably be like, you're creepy. Go away and don't talk to me. Because every time you're like, no, I don't want to talk to you. He's like, oh, you're just playing coy. That's so cute. And I'm like, I will throat punch you, sir.
I will cut you.
Dude, if somebody talked to me like that in real life, they would not make it very long.
My fiat will meet your body. Yep.
My fiat's deadly.
Cars tend to be that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think cars are like the most deadly. Like it's like you have like a 1 in 103 chance of dying anytime you step inside a car.
Don't tell
I
me
think
that.
that's a thing. Like it's
It's
one
a
of the most
solid
dangerous.
1 in 40 when I'm driving.
Well, if
I
you
gotta
drive a
get
truck,
some.
right? You
Yeah.
want to get a new truck when you go to Vermont and
Yeah, I'm selling my truck right now. I'm selling it on Monday, actually.
to
I'm
get a
getting
new
rid of it.
truck down the line.
Yeah, once I get to Vermont, I'm gonna start looking for used
What
trucks.
kind of trucks are you into?
I
You an
like
F1 guy?
Dodges.
You're a Dodge guy, Ram? Okay.
I love Dodges, but they're just not great in winter. I mean, I've driven them in the snow. They're not the best, so I'm going to go for a Toyota Tacoma, I think. A nice old
Yep.
used Toyota Tacoma. It's going to be great.
Reliable.
Yep.
Cool. Sorry for deviating Bree again, but
Hey,
playing
you
Boyfriend
guys are just
Dungeon.
having fun.
Eric sucks.
Yeah,
Who's
Eric does
your
suck.
lead for boyfriend?
I can't remember his name, but I like the axe dude. And I also like
Oh,
Seven.
Kratos? Okay. I don't know. Wait, axe dude in what sense? Like he wears axe body spray?
No, like he's
Oh,
like the
God.
person that turns into an axe.
Oh, okay. Oh, in the
okay.
dungeon. Yeah, right. I forgot
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
like sentient like that.
They're weapon people.
There's this girl who was like dual wielding daggers. I think it was who I picked up, and she was cool.
I haven't unlocked everybody yet. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
kind of. I also accidentally like spent the night with somebody, and I was
Accidentally.
like, I was very upset about it because I was
Whoa.
like, I did not. Because she was like, "Do you want to hang out and watch Netflix?" And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good time." And it was like
Bree.
you spent a night together.
Oh
I was
my
like,
god.
"Oh my
Bree,
god!"
In the current
I
year,
didn't
you don't
That's
consent.
think
so on the nose.
you don't think hang out and watch Netflix will
I thought we
equate to
were
anything else?
legitimately gonna hang out and watch Netflix, so
It's
I
like
was
the
very
same person.
upset.
It's like the same person who's like, you take someone back to their house and then you drop them off and they're like, you want to come up and look at the artwork around my room? And you're like, yeah, sure, let's go look at the artwork. And then you're just, wow, this is
See,
great.
but I would
And then you walk
absolutely
down the
take
stairs
somebody
and you
at
leave.
face value. If they were like, "Hey, do you want to come up?" and that's all they said, I would be like, "Oh, okay." So like it means more. But if they're like, "Hey, do you want to watch Netflix?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I want to watch anime on Netflix." Like that sounds like a great time.
Hey,
Like
do you want to help me light candles? Like, yeah, sure. What kind of candles do you have?
yes, that is if that's what you're asking me to do, I'm going to take you at face value, okay?
It's a dangerous way of thinking.
Ugh.
No, it's probably the safest way of thinking. It's like, sure, we're lighting candles. Oh, your clothes are off. Huh, this is weird.
This is weird. Why are you naked?
I've never lit candles like this before.
You want me to light you on
Uh,
fire? What's going on?
yeah, so that's I've been mostly like watching anime this week because fall 2022 just kicked off yesterday. And so yeah, I'm trying to catch up so I can like be like in the season because this season has like 6 or 7 major anime dropping.
Oh, Spy Family. Can't wait
Yep.
to get back into
Nice.
Spy Family, My Hero Academia, Chainsaw Man,
Here's the thing.
Your Eternity, Mob Psycho.
I don't bother watching it during the season because I can't handle waiting a week for episodes. I have to wait until the end of a season and then just watch them all in one go.
Binge it.
I won't
Yeah,
do it.
I respect that. The thing is that like I just like TikTok people are the worst for spoiling shit. So like I
Yeah.
can't afford to
Oh,
like
I'm nowhere
not.
near anime TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah, anime TikTok is all up in my business, and so I can't afford to wait. Otherwise, I just get stuff spoiled, and yeah.
My For You page consists of like construction stuff and like cooking.
But what
It's great.
about, I want to learn more about this construction stuff. Do you like
Oh, no.
watching things get built?
Well, it's because I'm based in South Texas right now. I think the For You page also deals with your region, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
It does.
have a lot of like construction stuff. I'm on Latino TikTok, like all that stuff, cooking and parties and construction and all that good stuff. And it's just hilarious every time. It's
Construction
true.
party.
You live down in Texas. I mean, I worked with a bunch of them when I was working in new construction, and it was great. They're great people. Love them. They drink Modelo's while they're working. It's so fun. They're good group of people.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I guess that leaves me, besides Brianna and Sam. So I I'm going to do this whole episode, like I said. It only slips up a few times.
I live in South Texas.
I know. So let's see. I've been still watching the Peaky F-word blinders on
that's way too high pitched. He's got that deep, soothing voice.
Netflix. Oh, so you
Taylor.
have watched
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders.
He does.
It's really good. Like I'm almost on season 3. This is a top tier show. Cillian Murphy. I can't find one thing wrong with Cillian Murphy. He looks like a Greek god. He's an amazing actor.
I'm listening.
He seems like a cool.
I'm
Like I
interested.
can't find one thing wrong with Cillian Murphy. And Helen McCrory, may she rest in peace, who played Polly. Excellent. She's definitely, other than Cillian, she is the great mark of that show. She's written great. She acts great. And of course, everyone around him. Arthur's getting better with the seasons as it's going on. And okay, games wise, guys, after over a month, I have turned my PS5 on.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Mom. And
Was it because of peer pressure, or did you actually want to play a game?
I was getting in the mood for returning to Ghost of Tsushima, so that's what I did. And the peer pressure, I mean, probably helped.
Both.
Also, just getting bored of playing like. After I got my gold tires in Mario Kart, I'm like, all right, now what? I'm like, I could race online, but like, what's the goal there? I'm like, just to get higher rank, and I'm like, I'd rather have something more concrete of a more personal goal. So I went back to Ghost because that's been on my to-do list for a while. And yeah, I am 50 hours, I guess, to give the audience an idea of how slowly I play games. I'd say I don't have a problem with not finishing games like Bree, but I have a problem with taking erroneously a long times to finish the games I play.
That was
So
rude.
it's like I'm 50 hours into Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm basically close to the end of Act 2, I think. But I've done all like the named side quests up to this point, where it's like Tales of Tsushima with like the named people, like Yuna's,
Yeah.
Orio's. Wait, it's not his name, is it? Starts with an O.
Which one?
The guy with the big.
Oh, the monk, the
He's a
warrior
monk.
monk.
Yeah,
Hold on, I'll look it up while you're still talking.
I think can't be Oreo. I'm just making that up because of the food.
Definitely not Oreo.
Taylor, this is why I told you to just get Oreo the other day.
Norio is his name. Norio.
Norio.
Oh my god. After I
Too
just
funny.
finished this quest, I can't remember his name. Norio. I finished the quest with him. That was good. I did all of Yuna's. There were only 4 of those to do.
Yep.
Wait,
Then
can you spell it for me? Is
Norio.
Norio.
okay.
Yeah.
Norio, maybe, would be the correct Japan. I don't know.
Okay.
And
But
I
yeah,
tried-
that's good.
I switched the Japanese voices for a little bit because I have the director's. I was playing the director's cut for the first time instead of the PS4
Mhm.
port because that comes with PS Plus Extra. And it's the sound effects and how the controller works. The effects are pretty cool, but I also unlock Japanese lip sync. But after playing the game 50 hours with English voices and English lip sync, it felt too removed. So I just turned the English back on. I don't really have
Yeah.
any shame for that.
Mm.
But that's been very good. And I'm going to do a Mythic Tale next, I think, and then finally advance the story onto Act 3. And I plan to do everything, beat the story, and then after the credits roll, do Iki Island. And that's my long-term goal for that game. So, oh, and I've maxed out all my stances. So like,
Oh yeah.
you have sword, no, the shield, sword, or I guess they're called water, and they have
It's
different
like
names. But
water, moon.
I'm just gonna call it, sword, shield, brute, and
Yeah.
spear. So, oh, I loved this. So yesterday, there's something called the typhoon kick on the spear, on the spear one, where you just
Mhm.
you like. I don't know what the name of the kick is called. It's almost like the opposite of a drop kick. You just kick up into someone, into their chest, and they just go flying like several feet away
It's
from
just
you.
a Spartan kick, basically.
Spartan kick, yeah. And I did that to a guy, and he was near the edge of a cliff, and he just fell off and died. And then I saw a trophy pop, and I'm
Yeah, you
like,
get a trophy for
"That's what I'm talking about."
Those
Now,
are
are you
some
gonna
of the most
platinum this,
rewarding
Taylor?
moments.
Yeah, it is. Like that's really really solid. I'm not a trophy hunter, but like stuff like that, it's memorable.
Now, Taylor, I will tell you, the platinum for Ghost of Tsushima is actually not that bad. And if you're going around and doing like every side quest and every
So
location, you'll probably get it very quickly.
okay, I'm doing like every named quest. Like I have a lot of quests that aren't tied to a specific person. It's just like go here and explore this. I'm usually not doing those. It's only the ones with like named people, like Norio, Yuna,
Oh, okay. I see.
Lady, Masako, etc.
Yeah, because you have to do like every side quest in the game to get the platinum
Okay,
because there's
maybe
a
I'll
trophy
eventually do
attached to
that,
that.
but okay.
Yeah. The regular little side quests, they're nice little bite-sized quests, I think. I think they add a lot to the story and the character. I think it fits at the it's not like go fetch quests like you would get in AC Valhalla, for example.
Oh,
They all seem very impactful, I guess I should
okay.
say.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm finding with the name quests. And like I just did one where I put three people's heads on a stake,
Hell yeah.
beheaded three people, and I'm like, I don't. Maybe I'm just haven't played this game in a while, but I don't remember uh Jin Sakai being this gruesome.
He's
Where
pretty
it's
brutal.
like
He's
yeah,
pretty
just take
brutal.
three heads, and I'm like, as Jin is someone of a moral, someone who takes a moral high ground on things, being like Jin does that, I'm a little surprised he would go that
Yeah.
far. But
Oh, I'm
yeah,
really excited for you to play Act 3. I can't wait to hear what you
thanks.
have to say about
Ooh,
it.
okay, yeah, it's great. It's yeah, everything good you've heard. Oh, and I've been playing it at 1440p because the Sony finally with their beta and now their full update as of like a month ago, I think it was, added 1440p
Yep.
support, so I can finally play on my monitor without it being blurred to 1080p because I have a 1440p monitor, and so that's been great. My relationship with my PS5 has been greatly improved over the past several days.
Mm.
Yeah,
Did you
and
guys go
Trust
to
you
couples
again.
counseling or
huh?
you go to couples counseling or?
Yeah, and then we have God of War in a month. We'll have our second honeymoon for our
Mm.
remarriage.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
So that'll be good. Good.
I pre-ordered the freaking God of War PS5
Oh
controller.
yeah, I
Like
did.
I,
Even
I
though I
was
said
I was
I
awake.
didn't.
I was in. I was like, let's go.
I think
I
it's
got
still
it from
there.
Direct Buy.
I'm gonna go check to see if it's still there. Yeah, that's where I saw it listed.
It sold out so quickly in other stores. I have
Yeah,
no
I'm
idea if it's
sure.
still available on Direct Buy, but
It is.
it was gone.
It's like
It
a big target for
is.
scalpers.
Uh-oh. Makes me sign in. I'm not doing that. Anyway.
I'll look. I have mine signed in already.
Okay, yeah, it would just say like add to cart or pre-order or something in the top red, I think.
I
On
don't
the
think it
direct
will let
page.
me do it because like it won't let me buy one because I already bought one. But
Okay. Well, that's loading. I'll do this in the background.
well,
So let's get
Brianna's
into
loading.
Brianna's loading. All right. Well, Brianna, Sam, let's get into the news. All right. So,
Yes.
I'll kick it off with our first story. So, a previously unknown Silent Hill game that's been rumored for a while now by people like Nate the Hate, other insiders, like I think Jeff Grubb, maybe. All right, I don't want to missay things, misinterpret, remember things. I know at least like Nate the Hate referred to it before, and other insiders. Jeff Grubb's been kind of in a sticky situation recently with Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. That's all I'll say on that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, a new Silent Hill game called The Short Message has received a Korean game rating. This is from the Game Rating and Administration Committee of Korea. And no one knows what the game actually is yet, but there's speculation, like from Ryan Leston at IGN, who wrote the article that I'm referencing here. Speculation this could be an extended demo or a playable teaser, like its namesake PT, that Hideo Kojima developed for Silent Hill almost 10 years ago at this point. And so this follows, like I said, a number of Silent Hill game rumors over the past couple of years, especially over the past 6 to 12 months. So yeah, I think something silent. When a game's rated, guys, I think it's no longer an enigma. It
Yeah.
exists. It's coming.
Mhm.
So I've never had a connection to any Silent Hill games. I'm not a big horror game guy, but I know tons of people who are amped for this. Let's see. What do you think? Our special guest Sam on today's show. What do you think?
You know, Silent Hill is also a game that I've never really played. I'm a big baby when it comes to horror, so I generally avoid horror video games. I've just never gotten around to playing Silent Hill. But yeah, like you said, once it's rated, that tells me two things. One, it's real. Obviously, you wouldn't assign a rating to a fictional thing. And two, that it's in a playable enough state that a rating agency can actually give a rating. They can actually see some gameplay and figure out, okay, is there gore, is there blood, blah, blah, blah. So there's definitely a working copy of Silent Hill out there that they can demo and showcase to people. Where it is in production, who knows? But I think it'll also be interesting because this story doesn't really say anything about who's making it. I'm curious to see if this is going to be Kojima Productions that's working on this game, or if it's going to be another studio, because we know Kojima Productions is extremely busy right now with multiple projects. And I think one of the projects is currently unnamed and unknown, so this very well could be that. But who knows? It could be something else. So I think it'll be interesting to see going forward who exactly is working on this game. I'm assuming that it's going to be Kojima Productions. But yeah.
So they do have a publisher listed on the rating. It's listed as
Okay.
Uniana. And they published Konami's recent free-to-play soccer game, eFootball 2023.
Oh yeah, I'm getting that.
So because of Uniana's production of arcade cabinets, there's also rumors that it could be like an arcade experience.
Oh yeah.
Pachinko machine.
So yeah, so I'm tentatively excited about this,
Do we
but I'm
think
very
there's
worried.
do we think there's room for the possibility that this is a remake or a remaster of one of the old
Yeah,
Silent Hills?
It could be. Also,
I
don't
really
think-
want them
sorry.
to like remake like the first one, like actual remake, like
The
the way that they
1991
treated
one, yeah.
Resident Evil, because I never got to experience these Silent Hill games, and I love horror games.
Mm.
Go ahead, Taylor. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
All good. No, I interrupted you. Me shame, not you. I don't think Kojima, to what Sam was saying about Kojima working on it. I want to keep doing it.
You're really committed to this
You're
bit.
just gonna confuse everybody.
It's okay.
Wait, so then when we have Sam on next, we have to call him Ethan. Don't
No, I'll
forget.
call him
Yes.
Sam.
No, just call him Ethan, please.
No,
It'll be
I'm gonna
funny.
call him Ethan.
We have
He'll
two
bother
Sams.
him so much.
The third co-host seat is Sam. Whoever
Whoever shows up
who would like
is Sam.
formerly Kevin, whoever comes on if like formerly Kevin comes on the show, his name will be Sam.
Sam.
If we have
I
a
like it.
guest,
We
There-
can't invite Kevin. He doesn't like Horizon. So
we can't invite that Sam.
yes.
Yeah, no, that's Sam's bard.
Okay. Yeah.
Fan.
But I don't think, to what Sam was saying about Kojima working on it, I don't think he is, because Konami and Kojima are still quite estranged members of a relationship.
Yeah.
I really don't think he'll be working on it. I think it'll either be like, there's been talk of like Bloober Team possibly working on it, who've done, I think they did the Medium, right? Working on either a new one or a remake or remaster. But I'm all for whatever they throw at us.
What if they use the re-engine?
That's
Oh my
might be a
God.
well, that would be
That would make me
that's-
so happy.
that would only be Capcom,
No,
right?
because like I'm sure they could pay to use the Resident
Yeah,
Evil engine.
they might license it out.
Maybe I guess I'm saying that because the only times I've seen the RE engine used is when Capcom is the developer.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
weird because it's a proprietary engine. So anyone
Yeah.
using an RE engine outside of Capcom would have to learn how to use the engine before. I don't know if they would take that step.
I don't think so, but right, RE engine like has shown time and time again through 2 remakes now, going on the third with,
It's a great engine.
or is RE4 in the RE engine?
So
be?
7, 8, 2, and 3 are all in engine.
So then I assume RE4 will be another one. in the
Yeah,
RE engine.
yeah.
Yeah, and Monster Hunter Rise, and yeah. So I think like that's the standard for doing a remake or a remaster of a horror experience. But I don't think they'll be able to use that engine. So I'm curious if this is a new title or what comes of it. But yeah, for people who are big horror game fans and Silent Hill fans, or folks like Bree who never experienced these games and want to, yeah, I'm pumped for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. All right, let's talk about Last of Us show again.
Oh yeah.
I can go.
Okay.
Last of Us HBO first full trailer. Woo!
Hell yeah.
In celebration of the Last of Us Day, the first full trailer of HBO's The Last of Us series was released. The trailer featured clickers, characters, pieces of some iconic scenes, and a look at the world. This came via Naughty Dog's Twitter.
Cool. Yeah, I actually haven't watched it. I don't think I'm going to. I'm usually not that cagey about pre-release trailers, but I just think I haven't watched it at this point. I'm just gonna hold off because I'm gonna watch the show. But have you guys watched it?
Yeah.
I did watch it.
I've watched it and it looks really awesome. I mean, HBO doesn't miss. I think it's the same director that did Chernobyl, which is probably he's probably one of my favorite.
Yep.
Which is one of my favorite HBO specials of all time.
I think it's in running for the best single season, even though it was the only season of its show. I think the point still stands. My opinion, Chernobyl is running for the best single season of a show I've ever seen.
Yeah, and it definitely fits that theme of isolation and devastation and just that somber mood that
Fallout.
comes with The Last of Us.
Mhm.
So I think it's going to translate really well. Also, the actress that's playing Ellie, absolutely love her. I remember seeing her in Game of Thrones. That's the first project I'd ever seen her in, and she absolutely killed it as the leader of House Mormont when they were making Jon Snow the King of the North. I love that scene. Probably one of my favorite scenes from Game of Thrones. So, what I saw from them, really awesome. I love the look of the clickers. They're terrifying. Probably more terrifying than they are in the game for me.
Because it's real now.
Yeah,
You
because
don't
it
have
looks
that.
real.
They're not on like because like there's that uncanny valley where they're kind of
Hmm.
on the other side of that, but now they're like they were created in real life.
Yeah, and they definitely had the sounds of the clickers in there. You can
Oh,
tell that this is going to really follow the game a lot. I don't think there's going to be much deviation. We saw a lot of really great set points through this trailer that we recognize from the game. I watched the whole breakdown thing on IGN too. They have a really great video kind of breaking down the trailer and juxtaposing it with The Last of Us with gameplay from the newest remake, which I just finished up, I think last month. So really excited. I'm new to this world of The Last of Us, and it's great that this show is coming out right after I played the first one. So really excited. I trust HBO with this project. I think it's going to be an absolute hit.
Awesome. Well said. You don't have anything to add? You, Bree?
no, I'm really excited. I think that like at this point, like they're probably gonna do like my request would be do one more hype trailer right before the show's about to come out, and that's it. Like I don't want to see any more of this show than maybe just like a it's about to come and you get like that like hype reel where you get like those like quick hit highlight moments like I can't believe this happened. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I need. Just give me that and then go away. Like I don't want
And
to see you guys anymore until the show's out.
And I want to ask you guys real quick because I've not played The Last of Us Part 2. And from what I know outside looking in, it's very controversial in the PlayStation community, whether it's
Yeah.
good or not. It seems like the show right now, from the trailer that we saw, is going to focus, or at least the first season is going to focus on the timeline of The Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah.
Yes,
Would you
absolutely.
guys like to see the Part 2 be also turned into
No.
the subsequent seasons, or do you want them just to focus on the first story?
I want them to what I want them to do with the show, and I think this is just like a dream. I don't think this is what's going to actually happen. But my dream would be that they do the season 1 and then they continue the story. And we see more of like what has happened and they then do their own
Mm,
thing with the show. Where it's like it's still like canon like Last of Us like what happened, but I feel like cover the game in the first season and then you can like continue because a lot of stuff happens after that.
Right. Yeah.
There's a
yeah.
lot of stuff that
So,
happens in between those like 10 years or whatever that are between
yeah.
the two
And
games.
yeah, there's a time gap between the first game and the second game by at
Okay.
least 6 years, I'd say, 5 to 6 years. And you just don't. There's not a lot of background of. There's some flashbacks in Last of Us too, but a lot of it's just open space where they could just have a field day with making more canon content for the universe in
Yeah.
that time gap. I
Yeah.
think what Bree said, that's probably my ideal way to see it go. And then
There's
And
just
then,
stuff that happens in The Last of Us 2 that I just don't want to see. Like
yeah.
I just don't want to like I'm going to have to play The Last of Us 2 one more time because I didn't beat it because of personal reasons, but I so I'll have to see the scene one more time and then I never want to see it again.
Wow.
So please don't ever make that a TV show.
And I also think a really cool shout is during the trailer, they showed a scene from the Left Behind DLC. So we know that's also going to be integrated into the first season, which I think is really awesome because that
I
tells
agree.
a big story about Ellie and kind of her transformation and that sort of thing. So I think
Mhm.
having the Left Behind in the show makes it really good for a casual audience to actually understand what's
Absolutely.
going on.
Absolutely.
all right, so Sam, you want to kick it off for our new PlayStation loyalty program?
Oh man,
I
this
suppose
story
I can.
sucks.
So PlayStation's new loyalty program Stars has been launched in Japan, and part of the perks is better customer support? Question mark. PlayStation Stars is a new loyalty program that lets players earn rewards by completing a variety of campaigns and activities. The program also has a 4-tier level system. That's a lot of tiers, in which all players start at level 1 and can work their way up to level 4 by buying games and earning trophies. According to Sony, the level 4 tier unlocked by buying 4 full price games from the PlayStation PlayStation Store and earning 128 rare trophies includes a commemorative collectible and promise that when contacting PlayStation customer support, you will be given priority in the chat order. It is unclear whether this feature will be launched when the program launches in the Americas on October 5th and Europe and Australia October 13th. So that's a lot of the customer support thing is weird to me. I don't know if I really like that. I think you should just give good customer support to everybody who plays your game, who spent close to $600 on your system and is buying $70 games. But it is what it is. And the collectibles, I remember seeing what they look like. This is literally just ripped out of Astro's Playroom. This just seems silly. So what do you guys think of it? Taylor, do you want to start off? What are you thinking about this reward program? Does this excite you at all?
Thanks. One question I have is, will people be grandfathered into these tiers? Well, if you haven't, what if you've bought dozens of
Yeah.
full price PlayStation Store games before this service launched? Are you completely out of the running for this?
From what I can tell, yes. Like you
Okay.
have to like start from the very
That's a
beginning. So
problem.
like once it launches, you would then have to do like
That's a
purchase
major
the 4
problem.
games. I don't know about like the trophies. The trophies maybe got grandfathered in, but there's no way the purchasing the 4
Yeah,
games is.
that sucks. If you, above all, this is a loyalty program, you need to start off by rewarding your pre-existing most loyal customers.
Yeah.
So that's okay. If that's the case, assuming that's the case where it all starts from scratch, in a week or two, that is unacceptable, and they have to, at the very least, grandfather in folks who've
I
met the
could totally be
prerequisites.
wrong, but I just don't see that happening because they want this to be like a loyalty thing. So you're earning rewards. So if you start off at level 4, then you're not earning the rewards, right? You just have the rewards.
But
So I think that they like are probably going to start from fresh.
yeah, I don't. Okay,
And like
other.
the idea of this too is it's clearly a way for them to try and encourage people to buy games. And I just don't see how any of that would encourage somebody to buy multiple games that I mean, you're going to buy
I,
games anyways, and this is just going to be an added benefit that I don't think anyone's going to really care about. Like, oh, great, a digital collectible. I really
I just
don't
like
care.
absolutely cannot believe that they're saying like they're giving better customer support to people that have given them more money. Like it doesn't matter, dude. If I purchased every single game on PlayStation, I wouldn't be like, yeah, I deserve pretty princess customer support because I'm the best.
Yeah.
Like that's just not how customer support works. Like everybody should be handled and helped equally. Like
Yeah, it just so that's basically saying people who are more privileged and can spend more money on luxury items
yes.
like gaming
Yes.
just get a better experience out of it, and that's honestly kind of gross. So I don't get this whole thing. I just don't.
But yeah, it's absolutely it's absolutely like a money thing. It's like if you give us more money, like we'll treat you nicer. And like oh, it just like as some like I have worked in customer service now for like 10 years, like and like this just like grosses me out. Like if any of the companies that I had worked for had like this priority system, I would be not happy. And I've never seen this and I've worked for several companies.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah. Well, I hope they fix it.
I hope they get rid of it.
Yeah. Well, fix it means
I don't want this perk.
it's okay
Period.
to have a loyalty rewards program, but don't make one of the perks customer support
Yeah.
priority.
Yeah.
That's like just like
like
a
Microsoft
basic
reward
thing you
points.
should
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. Like Microsoft does reward points. Like PlayStation can do something similarly. Just don't apply it to customer support. Apply it to
Yep.
redeeming for discounts on games, avatars, backgrounds. That stuff.
Yeah, because like Xbox has that reward system, and it's actually really cool because you can go in and spend your reward points by getting achievements. Every time you buy a game, you get these reward points, and you
Yeah.
can do multiple things. You can enter giveaways for special edition consoles or PCs, and you can also donate all of it to charity. Usually, I'll enter if I get like 10,000 points, I'll enter 5,000 into sweepstakes to try and get special edition consoles, and then I'll donate the rest to charity. They have multiple charities that they support on there, so I don't know what's so hard about doing a simple system like that.
Yeah. I bought Death's Door strictly with Microsoft reward points when I had my
I
Series
love
X.
Death's Door.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a great game.
I love
But
that game. I'm trying to 100% it. I need to go back to
okay.
it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, great soundtrack too. If you guys don't play the game, at least listen to the OST.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So moving on, the God of War PC port studio Jetpack Interactive says it's working on a new quote flagship live service game. So Jetpack Interactive, based in Vancouver, Canada, is working to bring God of War Ragnarok to PC promptly, and they're also hiring for a new service game. Quote, we're excited to embark on a new live service title with Sony, and we're ready to launch, it said in a new LinkedIn post this month. Quote, if you're an experienced game developer and want to join our team to ship a AAA game, reach out. Jetpack also worked on Orcs Must Die Unchained, which was a PS4 game previously. They helped with the PC port of God of War 2018 and worked on the Dark Souls PC port, and they were a support studio for NBA Live in the past. So this comes to us from Tom Ivan at VGC. So yeah, Sony. I don't think there's any surprise here. Sony said they want to invest more in the live service market. They bought Bungie for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Which are the developers of one of the most successful live service games in recent memory, Destiny, Destiny 2. But yeah, I don't know. Anything about this interest you guys specifically?
Not really. I think that like when we see the live service game, like we can talk about it then, but like the actual just like hey, like we're working on this, come help us. Like I'm just like, okay, cool. Like this is more for devs than anything, I think. But yeah, I mean it's interesting, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah. I will say that I didn't expect, and I heard Luna in the background. I will say I didn't expect that this studio would be one of the studios working on a live service game, but cool. I don't play much live service as it is. There's very few that I've ever interacted with, so probably not something I'll jump into, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty similar sentiment. There are very few live service. Oddly enough, the only not quite live service, but like evergreen games I come back to that are multiplayer, like Smash and Mario Kart, which sucks because Nintendo's online netcode is bad. But
Yeah.
I'm weird that way. But yeah, we'll see what happens with this. Although something I am interested in is seeing the lag time between Ragnarok releasing on PS5 and PS4 and when it comes to PC. Because I think what we're going to start seeing is that difference, the time difference is going to get smaller and smaller as the years go on.
Yeah, and eventually it's got to get to day and date, both
Eventually,
systems.
I think, yeah. It's just money on the table.
I honestly am hesitant to say that they will ever do like same day because the thing is like in order to do that they have to hand over a completed game to the people that are porting it, right? Because the main studios themselves are not porting it to PC.
Well, they could develop it cooperative. Like, I guess how do they do it in game development when they do a simultaneous release on PC and other platforms, right?
So
Yeah,
you have to work on the build. There's a separate build. So basically, like usually what it does is so you have like the game engine, right? So let's just say you're working in Unreal Engine, just for example.
Yeah.
What you would do is you're specifically telling the system like this is a game for PlayStation 5. And you're working on this, you're working in the code and on the system based on like this is for PS5. So then when you're telling the system, like, hey, I need to port this to PC, you then have to do a bunch of like edits and stuff. It's not like the end of the world. It's not like the most difficult thing. But for these Sony first parties, the people that are like the major developers getting their games ported from PlayStation over are not like Sony's not going to want them spending their time on porting to PC because it's not just like a simple you flip a switch and it's just available on PC, right? There's like time that has to be put into this. So they're not going to want to have them do that.
Yeah, but
so then at what point do they take like that fully completed game and hand it to another studio? And it's after the game comes out because they don't want that to leak.
And it just feels strange to me though, because outside of Nintendo, because they're an absolute anomaly, right? Every AAA development studio releases their games to PC. Like I think Sony is really the only ones that don't do it day and date. Like every third party games goes to PC. Xbox Studios puts all their games on PC day one. So I kind of agree with you, Taylor, that it's just PlayStation leaving money on the table. Because I have bought both God of War 2018 and Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. There's a market for it, especially people who can't get a PlayStation right now, who still are unable to get their PlayStation 5. There's absolutely a market out there for people that want to play these games on PC.
And
I think there's absolutely a market for it. It's just like a question of like what PlayStation's going to allow.
Well, I think they're not going to do right. The big conversation is that PlayStation won't be doing day and date AAA releases on PS Plus and
Right.
the general market, but they now have Jetpack Interactive Studios, Nixes, Nixxes, I think is how that's spelled, and they're a PC porting studio that specializes in it. So Sony's developing the infrastructure, and like I'm waiting. Well, number one, for the money reasons before, because I'll start working, I think, by the time this game comes out on PC. But I'm waiting to get Last of Us Part 1 on PC rather than PlayStation, because I know
Yeah.
it will have higher fidelity options for my 3070 than it would in PS5. My processor isn't that great. I need to upgrade it. But it's like I'm like waiting on like that. That's the first game where I'm just waiting on because I know PC will probably eclipse my PS5 performance and mods and stuff like that. Like people put Wilson Fisk as a Spider-Man skin in Spider-Man
It's
2018
so
PC
funny.
port. It's
I
so
saw
funny
that.
with the sound effects. And yeah, but yeah, that's all I have to say about that. But Bree, I'd like you to talk about leaks.
Where is it, Bree?
Where is it?
There it is.
Yay.
Returnal for PC leaks.
Audio listeners, Bree has her
I have my
leek,
stuffed leak.
her leek vegetable
Yep.
stuffed vegetable plush. Yeah.
He still makes me uncomfortable slightly, but he's also very cute, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it? PC footage of Housemarque's Returnal has leaked. Looks to have seen performance improvements over the PlayStation 5 version with higher frame rates at high fidelity. There's no official announcement that Returnal is getting a PC port, but it would be good of the company since Sony's recent PC releases like Spider-Man, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Uncharted Legacy. Looks like they're kind of moving stuff to PC. There's also been, hold on, let me click on it. There's also a bunch of other stuff like there was like a bunch of extra ray tracing and DLSS and stuff like that and FSR. So yeah, so it looks like there's a bunch of options and customizations available for like the PC version that is going to make the game look just amazing. Like the game is already beautiful, but the PC version is going to be chef's
Yeah,
kiss.
and this absolutely goes back to the conversation that we were just having, is that I mean, Returnal just seems like such a natural game for a PC system.
I can't
Just
believe
the
it's not on PC.
yeah, just the fast-paced nature of it, and like you said, just how beautiful of a game it is. I would be really excited to see some gameplay on a PC with like really good graphics and all that. Yeah, like I said, this game is absolutely a natural for PC. There's no reason that it shouldn't be on it. I don't know why they didn't make
Yeah.
a port for it already, but good to see.
Mm-hmm. Very exciting. How do you feel about this, Taylor? Are you like, yay, or are you like a...
Yep, more the merrier. And like Bree, don't you have like a 3080 now?
Yeah. Mhm.
So like, yeah, you could be blasting this game.
I
Like,
could be.
Oh yeah,
I also have like my headphones. I'm sure the game would sound so good on these headphones. Actually, these headphones would work on my PlayStation, but I don't connect them to the PlayStation.
yeah. So more good stuff for PC players and PlayStation fans who also own PCs alike. So nothing but good there. Awesome. All right, Sam.
yeah.
Kick us off here for E3.
Oh dear. E3 2023 has announced the dates for its return, June 13th to the 16th, as well as some changes to the structure. After 3 years of uncertainty, E3 2023 is set to return to the Los Angeles Convention Center for an in-person experience. While recent E3s have blended the business and consumer sides of the industry into a single event, E3 2023 will separate them into two fairly distinct parts. June 13th to the 15th will be the E3 business days and will concentrate on the industry professionals and gaming media. June 15th to the 16th will be E3 Gamer Days and will offer an increased focus on consumers, allowing them to go hands-on with the future of gaming. The ESA is partnering with the event production company ReedPop, known for New York Comic Con, PAX, Star Wars Celebration, etc., and hoping to bring a more focused and memorable event. Quote, our vision is to reunite the industry by reestablishing the traditional E3 week, bring back that spark, and restore E3's role as a truly magical global showcase event for game creators and consumers, end quote, says Kyle Mardson-Kish, ReedPop's vice president of gaming. This is from Billy Gibbons over at IGN. Good to see. I love seeing more big events that we can live react to. I hope all of the big names, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo all sign up for this, and we get to see a huge convention. I think that's great. E3 has always been a showcase in my lifetime for some of the greatest things. I remember very vividly the Xbox showcase, Keanu Reeves walking out to promote
Oh
Cyberpunk
my
2077.
god.
E3 has always
What a
been a
moment.
massive deal
Yep.
in video games. It was sad when it died. I understand there's that whole contingent of people that say it's just let it die. We have Jeff Keighley's shows and everything like that. But I will say, recently, especially with Summer Games Fest, I think we've seen some weaknesses in Jeff Keighley's showcases. I'm not saying that there's obviously some outside factors related to that. We're still kind of in a weird development cycle due to the pandemic. We're finally starting to get out of that. But it's good to see more showcases, the better. And I like the idea of splitting this up between an industry couple days and a consumer couple of days. So we're going to see the big showcases probably those first few days. We're going to see all the exposés by IGN. All the reporters are going to be on the ground giving us, in-depth analysis of all the different things going on. That's good. There's going to be a great focus on that. And then it's cool that they're just saying, hey, for all you people out there who are just gamers, come to the convention center. You guys are going to play all these games. We're going to give you days to get hands on and go crazy. So we're going to see a lot of awesome stuff out of that. So I think it's cool that they're trying to switch up the formula a little bit to keep it fresh.
Yeah, I think this will also be really good for developers to be able to connect because like we do have GDC, and I think that GDC is a huge asset to the industry.
Right.
But having like another point of contact a little bit later in the year of like developers being able to reconnect with their peers, I think will really be helpful. I think I don't know. I think that we'll see whether E3 returns based on whether the three main companies
Right.
like jump in on this. Like if Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo are all like, yeah, we see you E3, but we're not joining, that we may not see E3 return, which is I guess it's E3 is really dependent on whether these bigger companies are going to jump back in or not. And with the way that State of Play has been going, with the way that like Nintendo Directs have been going, I don't know if PlayStation and Nintendo are going to jump back in on this. I can't say for sure one way or another, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Brianna, is the big question marks are definitely Sony and Nintendo if they want to show up. I think Xbox has shown that they just kind of want to be everywhere and have showcases. They're definitely not shy of doing these showcases. So, Taylor, what do you think of this whole E3 coming back?
I'm a big fan of it. I love the hype around E3. Like I said, my favorite, or I should say, like I've said on previous podcasts, my favorite gaming showcase moment was the Everyone Is Here moment at E3 2018 for Smash
Everyone is
Ultimate.
here.
Like
That's
when they went
great.
through all the numbers, like I was ecstatic. And that was great. And even recently, like in 2021, well, I guess we didn't have E3 then, but like the June presentation when Metroid Dread was revealed, no one could
Oh,
believe it.
big
Like,
hype.
thanks, yeah. And the God of War Ragnarok being shown at E3. There's a ton of and like the Xbox game. I guess it wasn't E3, but like this summer showcase when Xbox. It was
Right.
the first time, and I think it was summer 2020 when like every first party Xbox game, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game
Yeah, it
Pass.
was like
That
30
was
games, 27 among
insane.
Game
Yeah,
Pass, and it was just trailer after trailer
yeah, and
after
they truly
trailer. It's great.
solidified
Yeah.
that. So like even in recent memory, there's so much fun to be had in gaming showcases in the summer, and like E3 encapsulates that lightning in a bottle. So I'm really excited to see return, and I think this business and I don't like the name. I don't like the name Gamer Day, or I'd like to maybe just call it Public Day. I don't know.
Like Community Day or
Community
something.
Day. Yeah, that's a better term. I think that was the right division to do. There's a lot of people who need to get stuff done and have connections and networking to be made at E3, and those people will be hopefully acquainted correctly at the business days and be able to get around the stupid long lines and all that jazz. And the general
Yeah.
public will just be able to have fun. If people want to wait in the long lines to play your 30-minute demo, you can on your gamer day. So I think this multifaceted approach is good, and I think the real push for this was probably by the ESA. I forget what it stands for, but like basically like the people who run the ESRB, that gaming regulatory body of folks, because it gives them a lot of funding. So like it's a win for I guess them to help their funding out and the
It's
general public.
Entertainment Software
And it's
Association.
Entertainment Software Association. Okay, yeah, like formed when the Mortal Kombat stuff happened in the early '90s, and they're like, oh, this is too violent. But yeah, I think this is great all around. The only possible downside is, well, I guess one. A couple years ago, they had that big information breach. Where people's addresses and stuff were leaked. Where,
Oh yeah, yeah.
assuming
That
that
was
doesn't happen again,
2019, and then
2019.
2020 E3 was canceled because of the pandemic.
Right.
Yeah,
So
it's
it
a bad
was
one-two
terrible
punch.
timing.
Yeah. Assuming that's okay. The only risk is, what's ever happening with the virus and the pandemic. I won't say the name because on YouTube and other platforms, if you say the C virus, it makes the algorithm get mad at you. So,
Yeah.
in spirit of Kevin Ainsworth, I guess I won't say it, but the one spelled COVID
Yeah.
-19, that one. I think that's the only question mark, but that's always a question mark this day and age. And with their vaccines and their new bivalent boosters we have now and stuff coming out, hopefully it all pans out. But yeah, I'm excited to see E3 return.
And I think I also want to highlight another really cool positive of this is that these gamer days, it's not just going to be about, straight gamers. There's also going to be a lot of content creators that get to go on those days and not have to compete with traditional games journalists for access to developers, to people that are there on the ground, and to the games that they want to play. So I think, like, for example, if we were to send anyone to E3 2023, if any of us were to be able to make it out there, those would be the days that we get most access, that we can come back and say, oh, we played all these awesome games and we're going to talk about it. So I think that's really cool to kind of split it up, so we're not competing with the likes of IGN and GameSpot for talking to developers that might be there on the floor and all that. So that's really cool to see.
Mm-hmm. I think this is good news. It's very uplifting news. But now we just have to see how it all plays out. Because I think hearing you guys talk about all those hype moments, you're right. I don't think we've seen like we've got some good moments like in that last direct, like the Zelda reveal and stuff like that was like a hype moment. But I feel like we haven't had those like true like a showcase hype moments since before the pandemic.
The stage,
and
the
I want
crowd,
to
the
see
big
that.
events. Yeah, that's really what makes those special.
The live streams, the live reacts, like we'll be doing, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, and it's like the whole 3 week, right? Like I know other podcasters who take like not full-time podcasters, like it kind of funny, but like indie game scene, like play some video games, PSVG or Corporal Gaming, who are like they'll just take days off work to do E3 stuff. And I'm like, that's awesome. I'd probably do the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, sweet. So I guess to finish off news for this week, we have new PlayStation Plus games that have been announced for October. I think we have a solid lineup this time, in my opinion. We have what? All right, Bree's a loser. Injustice 2, Hot Wheels Unleashed, and Super Hot. I'm especially interested in Hot Wheels Unleashed and Super Hot. And Hot Wheels, I love arcade racers. I love Forza Horizon. You get it. And these games will be available starting Tuesday, October 4th. So public listeners, by the time you're listening to this, it's already out. And they'll be up until Halloween, Monday, October 31st. This comes to us from the PlayStation blog. Sam, what do you think about this? Because Bree's bummed.
These are 3 really good games. Hot Wheels Unleashed, I heard nothing but good things about, and now that it's on PlayStation Plus, I definitely want to give that a shot. Super Hot, is this the VR version of Super Hot? Do we know?
I don't think
it doesn't say Super Hot VR. It just says Super Hot. I don't know if it also comes with the VR version, but it does just say Super Hot.
That game shines on VR, obviously, but it's a really cool experience otherwise too.
I actually didn't know that there was a separate version for a while because it should just exist on VR.
I always thought that it was just VR until a while ago when I figured that out.
I think it might have released on VR first, and then they ported it to normal consoles. I don't know. That's what I would like them to do with Half-Life Alyx.
It's beautiful on VR.
I don't want to spend $400+ on a piece of hardware just to experience this game in a franchise I love so much. But
and then Injustice 2, that's correct me if I'm wrong, that's a fighting game, correct?
Yep, it's a DC fighting game from NetherRealm Studios, who creates Mortal Kombat. Injustice 2 came out in, I think, 2016-ish.
I remember Kevin saying he was pretty excited to be able to play this for free. So I know good shout out for the fighting community. I've heard nothing but good things about the Injustice series overall. I'm not a fighting game player. I pretty much just go off of what other people say. So take that how you will. But yeah, really good lineup, I think. Much better than Games for Gold. I can tell you that much.
It's good. Come on.
No, I don't
Why?
like this lineup.
Why? What's wrong?
It's just all like
what?
Very traditional games for guys, essentially, right?
What?
I'm not saying that girls can't play these, right? I'm not saying that girls can't play these because girls can play whatever they want. But I'm saying, like, traditionally, like, I'm not playing a fighter game. I'm not playing a racing game. Like, I'm not playing like super hot.
All right,
Like,
just imagine this: you're playing super hot, and the enemies that you're killing are the patriarchy. Okay,
yes, that
and
is what
you
I
are
imagine when I play it on my
dismantling.
VR.
You're dismantling the establishment brick by brick. Okay,
Mhm.
Yes.
Well,
so
I
it.
I think
respect that.
I think Super Hots is
I just
a
want
very
more like
empowering game.
fun, like indie experiences, story
Well,
experiences. Like,
speaking of that,
if you
Sackboy
say
Big
House
Adventure
is okay,
is coming on PC, which we actually didn't mention in the news, but Sackboy Big Adventure is getting a PC port on Steam.
Ooh.
So you
I
could
didn't see that.
play it there, and it's not a PlayStation Plus game, but it is a kid-friendly fun game.
Mm. And that's a PS3 game, right?
PS4. That was
PS4.
a
Okay.
PS, or actually PS5, PS4, and I think got actually, I think it was a PS5 launch title, actually. Believe it or
Sackboy:
not.
The Big
I
Adventure.
think so.
Yeah, simultaneous release on PS4 and 5, I think.
Oh, isn't that on PS Plus though? I'd rather play that on my
November
PlayStation.
12th, 2020. It was simultaneous launch. I
Okay.
don't think it's on PS Plus.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the people that are excited for these games, but
Hot Wheels.
unfortunately for me,
Yeah.
there's nothing this month.
Hmm. Did
So
did Hot Wheels come to Game Pass, Ethan? I mean, Sam. Sorry.
I don't believe it did. I
Okay.
don't think it did. I
All right.
think
Yeah. Duncan
there
on me.
was the Hot Wheels expansion for Horizon, but you have to pay for that. That's not
Yeah.
included.
Actually, that might give me motivation to get more Microsoft Reward points to pay for the Hot Wheels expansion for Forza.
I hear that's really good. Hopple's been going
okay,
crazy on
that really
Forza.
confused me. I'll be honest. I was like, wait, can you drive cars in Horizon Zero Dawn now?
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
Forza
no, no.
Horizon 5. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That'd
would
be
be cool
great.
if you could drive. Like in
You
Breath of the
like
Wild.
driving a Hot Wheel in.
Well, Breath of the Wild, you unlock the Master Cycle, which is like Link's motorcycle. Why
Yeah.
not a mech dino cycle? You already ride it
Hot
in the
Wheel.
Pokemon Scarlet Violet trailers. You were literally riding your legendary Pokemon as a mode of travel.
I cannot wait to play that game.
That's gonna be exciting.
Oh,
That's hype.
Scarlet, because the professor needs to kill me.
Taylor.
What?
Oh, love it.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. So that's the news for the week.
Mm.
We don't have any listener questions or topics,
We
probably
didn't ask for him, to be fair.
because original Sam isn't here. So they
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, Sam's not here. We
They
can't
don't care.
give any
Yeah.
questions." And Sam's British. Ooh.
It's this Sam hate that I walked into.
No, you're Sam.
No, these are the rules. If you're not
Okay.
on the show, then
He just
Not
gets
on the
roasted the
show.
whole time.
We are
Yeah.
throwing you under the
Yeah.
bus.
I respect it.
It's all right. Sam's busy with his IGN stuff and other stuff in his life, and he needed a break. Like he was really chipper last week because he had a few days break, and I noticed that on the podcast. So
Mhm.
I'm sure he'll be doing just fine. And if he wants to come back, I'll take him back. Yeah, but we have Sam number 2 right now. So, but that brings us to Limitless, the part of the show where we talk about whatever we want in the world of gaming. And we have a few prompts here that we
Ooh.
haven't gotten to that we had that we didn't get to last episode.
I think the last one would be best.
All right. So, given Bree's recommendation, we'll start off with Sam, since this Sam is the podcast for the show, previously known as Ethan, aka White Sea Deer, but
Mm.
known as Sam. If you
The
could go
new
to a
improved.
concert for one video game, which video game would you pick?
Go to a concert like for the video game soundtrack?
Yep. Well, I
Oh,
think
man.
Bree, that's what you meant.
Sorry, yeah, if you could go like, so for example, like you see like this thing where it's like Kingdom Hearts concert
Mm.
or like a Ghibli concert or like
I'm
stuff
kind
like
of a
that.
I'm kind of a nerd. I really enjoy big band stuff, like big compositions. I would love to hear the Halo soundtrack live. Just to hear the voices, the really beautiful melodies. I remember there's so many YouTube videos of people recreating it. There's one where it's like 3 monks down in the basement of a cathedral with crazy like reverb sounds and like echoes, and that's absolutely, it makes my hair stand up on my arm. I've seen when they revealed Halo Infinite, or no, it wasn't a reveal. It was when they did that Xbox 20th anniversary, and they dropped Halo Infinite early for everybody. They had like a bunch of a big band outside in the shape of the Halo symbol, playing it live for everybody. That was really cool. So I'd love to sit down, just quietly listen to the entire Halo soundtrack from start to finish for all the different games. Love it.
Mhm. Video game. Have you seen the Video Games Live recording of Halo?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, you are doing yourself a disservice. I will find
Ooh,
the link for you. Video
please
Games
do. Yeah.
Live is one of the best concerts, and you can watch most of their concerts. There's one that this kid like won some sort of like competition and was like really good at Guitar Hero. So he like went up on stage and was like playing like Guitar Hero, but then like they also had like the live band playing with it. It was
That's sick.
so cool. I get chills watching those concerts every time.
Yeah. And can I
So
just say,
good.
best part about the Game Awards is the Game Awards orchestra.
I love
Absolutely.
it.
When all of the Game of the Year nominees get their theme played by the orchestra, it is the coolest moment.
I
Absolutely.
love
So
it.
excited for this year that we get to
Mhm.
live react. Only a couple more months. Hopefully my move doesn't get in the way of that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
hopefully.
What? I guess
Plan better.
actually, what day are you moving?
It happens on December 8th, and I move December 10th. So I'm going to have to cancel my internet last minute, and I will have no furniture. I'll probably set my PC up on a box and just stand there in my living room that's empty. It's going to be
Yeah.
great.
When you're moving, there's always that stage where it's large living room and
Mhm.
like a chair,
Yep.
a like fold up chair. You're just waiting for the furniture to
Yeah.
get in.
For
You're
the
like,
first 2
Alternate
weeks that
solution. You
Yeah.
just procrastinate.
like, this is my life for the next several
No,
days
you
to a
can't.
week.
When I first moved here, the first 2 weeks was me and my wife went to Target and bought like lawn chairs for our patio, and we just put them in the living room and then put the TV on the ground. That was it for 2 weeks. It was
Yeah.
great.
Wait, are you going to be driving back up, or are you going to be flying and shipping stuff?
Oh yeah, I'm driving. I'm shipping in a U-Haul, and then my dad's driving a U-Haul, and I'm driving. I'm gonna go see the country again.
And
It's
you have
gonna
a
be
whole
great.
flat. Oh, but you're selling your truck. Would have been nice to have that truck, but you have a U-Haul, so
Now the
Yeah.
truck's 2-wheel drive, won't survive up in the north.
yeah. Need your 4-wheel drive, your Subarus, your trucks, your
Yep,
CRVs,
exactly.
4-wheel drive, all that jazz. Okay, cool. So, wait, Bree, did you say what game you wanted?
No, not yet. I did want to say the Ragnarok controller is still
Yeah, I saw
available
it.
through direct on
Wow, that's
PlayStation.
surprising.
And
How
it's
much
So
is
free
it?
if you
shipping
want
for
it, it's
PS Plus.
$74.
Oh, I might pick
Yeah.
that up, guys.
Okay,
I
it's
might
only
pick that up.
$5 more
Do
than the
it.
regular one, which like
Do it.
at the surface, like, oh, it's only $5 more. But I'm also like, oh, that's $75 when I haven't started working yet.
I'm flabbergasted. It's not sold out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, so it's direct. It's I did not check any other website, but from what I heard, most other websites sold out. The thing with their directly buying through PlayStation is you have to be logged into your PlayStation account, and so
Yep.
you can only purchase like the one. I think one or two is like the limit for
That's how I got the
controllers.
PS5. Best way to do it.
Yep,
That's
one
how I
per
got my
household.
PlayStation.
But if you have PS Plus, which I do, you get free launch day delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So that's nice. That's
You
what
get it
happened with
November
my
9th.
first PS5. Oh,
Woo!
for those who don't know, I bought and sold a PS5. I was going back and forth between having a Series X and a PS5 between over a period of like 10 months. I think I bought and sold a PS5. I didn't scalp. I just literally sold it back for retail like 4 times.
What?
And then I finally got my PS5. I'm like, okay, I'm keeping this one.
Wild.
There was a period when I had a Series X and no PS5. And then I settled like, okay, I'll delegate my Xbox stuff to PC. Well, actually, maybe after I start working, I'll get another Series X. But
Yeah, you got to get a Series X.
but yeah, which I think I might do, and a nice LG OLED television. And but there was a period there where that happened, and I'm like, back and forth and back and forth. But yeah, that was
So
tangent.
yes, it was, but I wanted to make sure that the question was answered. So for concert, I have a sad story that
Nier
I can tell you
Automata.
guys if you want.
Is Nier Automata it?
I would
That would be fun.
love a Nier concert.
I just wanted to
would
interrupt and ask because like it seems
love
so much
a
like
Nier
you.
concert.
Okay.
I would absolutely hands down do that. I think there's a couple choices that I would do. I have to tell you guys, I had tickets to go see the Final Fantasy Orchestra and forgot
Oh wow.
that I had the tickets.
Oh
and
my
I didn't
What?
go. I didn't go to the concert, and my friend texted me. He was like, "Hey, are you not coming to this concert?" And I was like,
Oh,
You're like
That
my
That's
sucks.
why sad. Yeah, I was genuinely so sad about
my
it.
goldfish got my tickets wet. Yeah, I don't know.
I did see I would say Legend of Zelda, but I've already seen like I did like the 25th anniversary concert already, so
Mm.
that was fantastic. So I think that one's like good. I think like my choices would be like Kingdom Hearts, Nier, and just to throw like a third one out there because I think it would be a great time, Hollow Knight.
Ooh.
Like a Hollow Knight concert, I feel like especially if you have the lighting right, like and just hearing those like little flute notes, like oh,
Mm.
it would be so good. So those are my choices. I'm obsessed. So
Awesome. Cool. I think I'll have to go one video game. Bloodborne. Yeah.
oh, that is a solid
Fair enough.
choice.
Bloodborne. The orchestral, wait, including the DLC soundtracks. All songs from the game, including the DLC. Um, Probably my favorite OST of all time. Lady Maria is my favorite boss fight of all time, with my favorite video game song. If that besides that, most Guilty Gear fighting game music is excellent, like
Mm.
extremely good. For those who don't know, like the um, lead developer Daisuke, I think his last name starts with an I. He is the lead developer for the game. He's the lead composer for the game. He is the vocalist for the game's soundtrack and the producer of the game's
Really?
soundtrack. He does all of these things. He is like the Renaissance man of video games, and I love him. Like he releases banger after banger, with like Guilty Gear, Xrd, Drive, previous Guilty Gear games. It's great. So that would be maybe an honorable mention. Also, as a side note, another one that Metal Hellsinger, or as Sam would say, Hellslinger.
As I would say as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you are Sam.
Oh yeah. I am Sam.
Formerly
Forgot
Ethan.
about that.
Formerly Ethan. Yeah. You said that soundtrack. I found that soundtrack on when I was working out. I'm like, what's really good metal stuff to listen to now?
Badass
And I'm like,
soundtrack.
someone made a playlist of all the sound lists that show up in Metal Hellsinger. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm glad I came up with this idea. That's great. I wouldn't go there for a concert, but it's a game of recent memory that I put on blast during a workout that I enjoyed listening to. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, Bloodborne, and then honorable mention anything Guilty Gear. I think would be awesome to see live.
Good stuff.
Good choices. Good choices.
Thanks. Yep. So, hi Luna. Went up in the over
She's
there.
cleaning.
Yeah, as any good cat does, or any cat does. It's genetic. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, everyone. You can find us at youtube.com/savethegamemedia. And again, don't forget to check out our Discord in the show notes below. And yeah, hang out with us. And where can people find you, Sam, number 2?
They can find me at WhiteCedar1 on Twitter and PSN, and Gravy3448 on Xbox.
But don't you have a show or something that you do otherwise?
Oh yeah, you can also find me at Project X Talk. We're live every Thursday to talk the latest and greatest in Xbox news. Me and Kevin, we get into some good banter over there. Go check it out.
Yeah, you guys had some good disagreement last episode about.
Oh, we disagreed about everything last
Yeah.
episode. That was kind of crazy. It was
Yeah.
fun. It was a good time.
All right, and what about you, Bree?
You can find me at Fabulous Brianna on Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram, on the Discord. You can just find me at Brianna, I guess.
MySpace,
I'm not on MySpace. I've never had
Yahoo
MySpace.
Mail, Hotmail,
MySpace,
AOL.
LimeWire.
We don't talk about my Yahoo email.
Oh, okay.
It was really cringy.
MSN.
Good stuff.
I didn't have one.
Okay.
But since we're shouting out shows, you can also find me on I Hate My Friends. You can also find me at Brianna's Book Bonanza.
I was about to say, yep.
And you can also find Ethan there.
Yeah.
And you can also find me on the anime special that happens once a month for Frame by Frame.
Awesome.
Apparently, you can't find me because nobody told me about it.
Well, you're going to be on this next one. So
Okay,
make sure you have your 3x3 ready. So
3x3. Oh, I need to read. I need to figure out what's going on.
it's just like your top. It's like top 9, but you do like just look up 3x3 and there's like a thing where you just take images from an anime and you put it in a 3x3 block and you use that as like your top 10, but it's 9 anime. So
I see. All right.
Cool.
You can do it.
Awesome. So sweet. And you guys can find me around the Discord. And I don't have Twitter because my dog ate my Twitter handle.
Mm-hmm.
and I get enough exposure to it when people post links to news and deals and stuff on Discord. But you can find me on Save the Game Media at sometimes when I hate my friends. My schedule will be opened up in the new year as I transition out from college and into the working world, where I should actually be available when you guys normally record.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, I should say when you guys normally record. And also, once a month, or actually, I guess twice a month, you'll find me one time on Save the Game Boy, our Nintendo exclusive podcast, and another time on our sorry, that's a Patreon exclusive, and another Patreon exclusive show, The Leftovers, where it's a solo show by myself where I talk about games, cooking, fitness. We had a really good first episode talking about how important consistency is, and all that behind just a buck or two over at patreon.com. So give it a go. And with that said, until next time, thank you guys so much for listening. Have a good
Bye.
one. Bye
Peace.
bye.